up and over. Now you see I did not take great care, and I bent up this edge right here. That's going to be a little messy, I have to admit. All right. So I'm going to just bend this out a little bit. There are vices right here, so we can always clamp it down, straighten it up. Now, although this metal is very soft, it's fairly sharp, so be aware of that. Gonna grab the other side now, and this time just take a little bit better care not to catch those edges. I'm just gonna flare them out, and then as it goes up, I'm just gonna carefully watch. You can see this one's hitting right there. I'm just gonna carefully watch to make sure that I'm not making a mess again. Just like so. So that's how proper you want it to be. You should get to a point where it looks about like this. Good. Now we're just gonna stomp all these flat. Put it back in the finger brake. Stomp these flat. If I see any kind of out of vertical alignment now, I can go ahead while it's in the clamp and straighten that out. This is where you're going to want gloves so you don't slice yourself real good. And then again, I went ahead and stamped that crease permanently into there. Now you can see this one leg is bent out. So I'm just going to put that in the box here, in the box and pan brake. I'm going to clamp it down. I'm just going to straighten that up. Part of the reasons why it's bent out is because that little piece of sheet metal is in its way. Just like so. Now these legs here must be all the way flush in order for us to spot well, so I'm going to go and stomp these in. Just squeezing it down, making it hit real good. Just giving a little ground check there. Make sure it's nice and solid. All right, when you're done with the box and pan brake, you always want to leave this edge open. That way this doesn't get rusted to the edge and cause a big mess. So we want to make sure that this edge stays nice and tight for us. All right, we're through that step. This one up here is a little open. So 2 of these are going to get riveted, and 2 of these will end up being spot welded. Let's start with the rivets first. That way we're not handling a hot potato. So, grab the drill, and it's important that you want to drill onto something, and preferably into something. So out here, find a cord in this little pallet that's left out here for us, and away we go. See if we can find something to boost up this end. I guess not. There we go. Just like so. Make sure the drill is spinning clockwise, because that's how the drill bit works. And I'm going to rivet these 2 right here. Just like so. A couple of holes. Pop rivets, which is what we're using today, they're blind-sided pop rivets, which means we can put them in without seeing the other side. Pop rivets just slide right in the hole. Pop rivets have a couple of variables. First off, there's this shaft, this piece right here, the rivet diameter. That determines how much strength we're going to have overall. Second, there's a grip, and that's the length between these shoulders and this tip. When you put the pop rivet in the gun, you just slide it in like so. And then as you pull it, the handle, you'll see it just wads up the other side of the rivet on the other side of the sheet metal. Eventually it pops off when it reaches its full capacity. That's why they're called pop rivets. So we're going to put it in the gun first. So that's sticking out like so. Slide it into one of the holes. Make sure it's grabbing both pieces. Then as we squeeze it, you'll see it'll just form up on the other side, nice and simple like. Boom. And then one more time. Just like that. Sometimes the rivet doesn't break where you want it. That happens, especially on a hot Saturday morning. Let me just clip it off like that. Finally, another rivet. Again, just slide it into the gun. Make sure this little nut here is tight. Looks like it's good. Just hand tight's good. Slide it through so it lines up both holes. You want to get it all the way so that it meets that shoulder against your flange before you start squeezing. And then just squeeze down. Boom, and that one worked like it was supposed to. Okay, finally, this is our resistance spot welder. We're going to take this knob here and dial it up. That turns it on. We're going to squeeze this lever together, which will bring these jaws together over here. Just like that. Now, this is not a pair of vice grips. It's not going to pull your metal together. If it's not already together, it's not going to pull it together. So make sure that's touching adequately, like that right there and that right there. Good. And then finally, this switch right down here, that actually cycles it. Now, this is an automated one. So once you get it in and clamp it, you can let go, hold the trigger, and the machine will automatically cycle completely through and turn itself off. So if you listen, you'll hear the relay pop. Ready? Here we go. Just like so. So resistance spot welding actually has 4 very distinct steps. We squeeze the 2 pieces of material together. We weld them. You see how I still have the jaw closed? It's because the next step is called hold. This is hold time, and we're actually allowing for these 2 pieces to cool and fuse together. And then off time. So squeeze, weld, hold, and then off time is just the human vector moving from spot to spot. There you go. This is the letterbox. We will be performing this soon. Take notes of the key points, and as always, we will put the common mistakes up on the whiteboard during your lab. Have a good afternoon.